Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So let's go ahead. Let's jump on in. We're going to be checking out a little bit of the Mountain Cup. Now, start things off, we have our friend Mag Cargo. We had to switch out because obviously Diggersby doesn't pair a whole lot with ice. So, got to get it out of there. Brought in Mag Cargo, and we got lucky. I was just going to let it kill me, but they tried to bait me, and hey, it worked out because the second time around we did shield, which is great news. So they do shield this one. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna return the favor and shield that as well. You know what? We're gonna keep it alive because they have to use a shield here or let their Pokemon die. They chose to shield. We bring in Lucario, and here comes a Shadow Ball. Say goodbye to Nidoqueen, and that's that. Now, I've seen maybe a handful of Nidoqueen, maybe 2, and you'll see a Nidoking here in a little bit, but super rare to see. Great lead for us with Excadrill. Then switch immediate not Excadrill, I'm sorry, Escavalier. Then switch to Walrein. We're gonna go ahead, shield this one, and then go ahead and let this one hit us. Now they can get 2 Icicle Spears off or 1 Earthquake. That's why I just shield regardless, and I bank the energy, right? I don't use it, I bank it for this reason alone. There is a Shadow Ball, gonna follow up with a Power Up Punch. There it is. And here is a Frostlass. Now, I made a huge mistake here. We end up winning, but I prolonged the battle. I should have just brought in Mad Cargo to finish it off. I don't know what I was thinking, but you know, if you are watching, if this was you, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this because I look like a jerk. But regardless, we do win. Shadow Ball, we can tank it, and that's that. On to the next battle. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, and we have our Diggersby versus a Marshtomp, and this one's tough. We end up losing it, and I would say all the water types, Marshtomp has to be the hardest. I mean, just by looking at our team, you can tell it's not really water friendly. But I think I've won one against one Marshtomp, and obviously the back line depends a lot. And against Wishcash, I'm actually about 50-50. So just a heads up. So Achilles heel for this team is water, but there's everything else that we're seeing in abundance. We're not seeing too much water. Let me know if you guys are seeing it, anything else, if you are seeing a lot of water. But for me, at least, I'm seeing a lot of steel and a whole lot of ice. Ice and steel are the two biggies, with steel taking the cake. A lot of steel, a lot of this Cavalier, a lot of Registeel, and yeah, just lots and lots of steel. All right, let's go ahead and check out the next one. Here we go. We have a very common lead, not a good one for us though. Switch to Mag Cargo. They're bringing in Ghost type. So Runa Regis is, you know, for this cup, I can see why people like it, but the problem is that Sand Tomb is very, even though it's super effective against us, Sand Tomb doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It's just really meant to, you know, um, break the enemy's defense, the opponent's defense. So here's Walrein. We're bringing in Lucario. They're giving up. They're calling it quits, and that's that. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching, and please, if you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe. And so we have a Lapras. We do win this one, but it is close from what I remember. It's pretty close. So go ahead. There's that Surf. It does a ton of damage against poor old Diggersby. And there is another Surf. We say goodbye to Diggersby, and then we bring in our Mag Cargo. And honestly, I've seen probably, like, Mawile has to be up there with some of the most common Pokemon in this league. And then they, of course, bring in their Lapras. No problem. Who's left? That's it. Game over. Now let's go ahead. Let's check out the next one and see what's going on. So this set, when turned around, this set is, even though it's first, it took place after the next set. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but just continuity purposes, I want to let you guys know. There is a Fire Punch with Gligar. What I try to do is just fire punch it because obviously earthquake's not going to be very effective. So I just throw fire punch, and I shielded the first one because a shell in the earth throwing a earthquake can do a lot of damage against Diggersby, and I didn't shield that one. There it is. And then, of course, here comes their Registeel. So go ahead, throw this overheat. Now, I do opt to use this last shield because we're going to get a fast move off. And remember, Incinerate, 2.5 seconds, it is the most, or the longest fast move. No, but also, you accrue a bunch of energy every single time that fast move goes off. There's a power-up punch. Not a whole lot they can do right now. In fact, the battle's pretty much over. Yep, there it is. Let's go ahead. Let's check out the next one. Another bad lead in Walrein. So we switch to Mag Cargo. Actually leave Walrein in. I'm going to shield this one for obvious reasons. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw this Stone Edge. There it is. They shield as well. Here comes a Nidoking. So Nidoking does no Sand Tomb. And with our Dying Breath, we get off this overheat. They opt not to shield. And we take the lead. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to throw in Lucario. And just like before, we're going to shield this. So now we're down to 0 shields. Still fine though. They bring in a Mag Cargo of their own. And then we're just going to use Power Up Punch like crazy. There's 1. And here's 2. And then just punch it. That's it. Let's go ahead and let's check out the next battle. See what we got going on. We have... Now, this set, the previous set... Or no, this set I go 4-1. So another bad lead. We're going to go ahead. We switch to Mag Cargo. They bring in Escavalier. Not a good choice. Obviously, they probably made a mistake, but at least that's what I was thinking. But I think they have something else that's weak. I think they were using an ABB with 2 steel, but don't quote me on that. They opt not to shield. We are going to go ahead, let this Icicle Spear hit us. And who do we have in the back? It's Ferrothorn. Go ahead and use this overheat. They opt not to shield, or they do shield. They use their last shield. We're going to go ahead. We're going to say goodbye to Mag Cargo. We're going to bring in Lucario. That's that. They opt to quit. All right, let's go ahead. Let's check out the next one. See what we got going on here. And big thanks to my wife. She isn't really a big fan of the Mountain Cup, so she let me kind of play with it, experiment. And overall, I think it went pretty well. So they go ahead. They bring in a Diggersby of their own. There's that Power Punch. Now, I made a big mistake. I don't know why I threw in Lucario. I wasn't really thinking. But I'm going to use another shield just because we really don't want to lose this lead. And then I go ahead and tap in like crazy. Someone asked me if I'm like using a program to tap or something, but no, remember this is sped up 2.5 times speed, so it looks like it's going like, crazy fast, but really it's just the game or the footage being sped up. There's a Surf. We get one last Stone Edge off, or Earthquake, sorry. There's that, and then of course we're going to go ahead, we're going to bring in Lucario, and we almost kill this Lapras, but here's Mag Cargo, and then they have, of course, Mawile, which is great news for us because even with Iron Head, we're good. That's that. One last little boop, or Stone Edge, whatever you want to do. And that's that. On to the second to last battle for the day, or for the day. All right, what do we have here? We have a Walrein, another bad lead, but we have a really, really good chance of beating Walrein. I accidentally threw in Lucario here. I should always throw in Mag Cargo instead of Lucario. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to eat this drill run with the second one. And there it is. Thought I could get that Fire Punch off, but otherwise, I wouldn't have used it right then. All right, here comes a Earthquake. We're shielding that for sure. They're bringing in Registeel. We're going to use this overheat. There it is. And then, of course, we're going to use our very last shield here. And what do we got left? We have Walrein again, Stone Edge. and then Stone Edge again. And that's that. On to the last battle. No, I do lose this last one. It's never fun to lose the last one, but hey, it happens, right? So we have there it is, and then we're gonna go ahead. We do get lucky. I was kind of kicking myself after this one because of the fact that we kind of got handed like a really lucky because they shield here, but it just wasn't in the cards, so to speak. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna shield this one as well, and then of course they bring out Gliscor, and then it is Shadow. I'm seeing a lot of Shadow, not too many normal. Mostly it is Shadow. We get one last power up punch off, and then I just quit. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Now I quit. After this one, that's it.